Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited. We're gonna be doing a full try on first impressions of all the drugstore products that I purchased. In my last video that I posted, I did a full drugstore haul for you guys, but it was just for swatches and just getting my initial reaction of those products. But I definitely want to do a separate video dedicated strictly to doing a full tutorial try on for you guys, and I'm so excited. My skin is already prepped as per usual. I purchased these two that I showed you guys. It's my Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, and then I have my Revlon Color Stay Light Cover foundation. I do want to try both, but I'm really leaning towards the Milani. This one is definitely something I've been wanting to try for a while, and I have the shade Creamy Nude. I really hope this works for my skin. Any drugstore that I usually go purchase my products, they don't have any testers. And they used to a long time ago. I'm gonna be extremely honest with you, people just ruin it for everybody. Testers are always just all over the place and they're just destroyed. So I don't blame them for not putting out testers, but this actually looks not too bad. And I love the consistency of it. It doesn't feel super heavy and it blends out really, really nice. I'm just kind of like building it up in certain areas just to see what it would look like. It looks quite skin-like. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It doesn't look heavy. So far, so good. Definitely the wear test is what's going to be the true debater. So if this does last on me really well, then I definitely say yes to it, but I do like how it looks on my skin. Still deal with a lot of acne and like texture, and also with like pigmentation and dark spots. So for me, it definitely is a struggle to find a foundation that looks somewhat skin-like. I mean, texture is texture, right? So it doesn't matter how much you have or a little, it's still on the surface of the skin. So you definitely want to find something that works best for you. So far so good. I actually like it. It looks super natural. It's also claimed to be not even just a foundation, but it is a concealer as well. It's a 2-in-1, but I'm just gonna try it as a foundation today, and then probably next time when I'm playing around with it, I'll definitely use it as a concealer and put that to the test as well. Stay tuned. So for my concealer, I actually did purchase two, but one of them is definitely more for, as far as color-wise, my e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. And I swatched it in my last video. It definitely had more of like a pinkier undertone. So I'm definitely gonna be using this more of like a corrector first, but they do have, I believe, 10 different shades. So you can use that as a concealer on its own. And I like it because it's quite light. It doesn't have like a super thick texture. So if you match up with the color that works for you, as a concealer on its own, I mean, unless you're using it purposely as an under eye brightener, like matching up with a different concealer, or just using it in general on its own. For any of you who want something that's super quick, on the go, like very minimal makeup application, I 1000%, oh, that's really nice. Wow. I'm gonna do just like one little bit in the corner. I'm gonna blend that out with my finger. Gosh, that actually feels really nice, guys. It's very sheer though, which is not necessarily a bad thing because a lot of people don't like super thick coverage, but if you are definitely looking for something more full coverage, this wouldn't be it. That's really nice. It actually did a really good job, and that is just on its own. I honestly actually could pull this off on its own on days if I'm doing like super minimal makeup, like quick on the go, or kind of like my no makeup looks. That actually would be really good for this. I'm actually really impressed. That's really nice. On top of that, I'm gonna be using my Covergirl trueblend undercover concealer. I purposely got this one a little bit lighter because I wanted it mainly for brightening under my eyes, especially if I have foundations that are maybe pulling off a different tone. I'm using my Real Techniques beauty sponge. I love this one. This is like my favorite from the drugstore. That's actually really, really nice. That blended out really easily. I used to use Covergirl like a lot. I feel like when I started getting into drugstore, I'm talking like many years ago when I was like in high school, I was kind of playing around with drugstore products. Covergirl was definitely the brand that I went to a lot, but now for some reason I don't care to play around with Covergirl as much, but I purposely bought this because I heard it was really, really nice. This actually looks really, really nice. Oh my gosh. It actually has really like decent amount of coverage too. Complexion's looking really good. I'm actually very impressed. Setting my entire face with, I actually didn't purchase a new powder because I'm on the hunt still. There's one Maybelline powder that I heard is actually a dupe for the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. If you guys know, that is my absolute favorite powder, but I'm still trying to find this specific one. I don't even think it's launched to Canada, or if it has, it's just completely sold out, but I'm still on the hunt for that one. But I'm just gonna be using my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. It's translucent. Moving on with brows, I only purchased one brow product. I got the NYX Fill and Fluff Eyebrow Pomade Pencil. This one's actually very interesting to me. The brush itself, it's very, very different. Like, I actually didn't realize it was gonna be like that. It's not even like a spoolie. It almost looks like a toothbrush. It's very tiny, it's super cute. What actually sold me on this pencil, it reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer. It's got like a little angle like this, which they have for the other one, but that really intrigued me because I actually love that Anastasia brow pencil from like a while back. I used to use that one many times and I've repurchased it a lot, but I hope that would be like a really good dupe for it. I don't know if this is meant to like smooth out the product. The tiny paddle brush, it's for fluffing and blending together. I guess because this is supposed to mimic like a jar pomade for like a gel type of eyebrow product, but in a pencil form. So I guess it's a version of it trying to like smooth out, but I actually really like the color. I get nervous trying out colors, especially when they don't have testers. I was nervous it was gonna be a little too warm, but this is actually like a perfect shade. That actually like was a really quick fill-in. I didn't work too hard to apply that. It glided on really nicely. And actually using this little paddle brush, I mean, I still prefer spoolies, but I definitely liked it. It kind of blended out where I needed to, just in the areas, but I actually liked it. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes. I'm gonna do the complexion much later, but I'm very anxious to play around with this guy. I'm gonna go in with my Wetn'wild Color Icon palette. I purchased mine in the shade Heart and Soul. I think they had like 3 or 4 palettes in total from this range, but this one just stood out to me the most. I love the coloring. It's definitely something I could wear all year round, but especially with these summer months coming up, I love the colors. Also I'm gonna be playing around. It's 2 of the e.l.f. liquid eye glitters that I purchased. I bought one in gold and I have this kind of pinky champagne tone, which I think I'm gonna be using this one because it definitely matches with the color range of the Wet n Wild palette. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna incorporate that as well. Honestly, this palette is really nice. It was really easy to blend. The only thing, I just wished this glitter had a little bit more pigment to it, but I definitely can probably mimic that with using my MAC Fix Plus. This is honestly really nice. I'm quite impressed. I mean, for Wet n Wild, I've never played around with their eyeshadows. I've played around with other drugstore ones, but quality is actually really good and it's very inexpensive. I think I paid like $6 for this one, but I love the colors, like especially for anyone who's beginner and you're looking just for something really inexpensive to play around with, definitely would check it out. I think it's really, really nice. And they do have more neutral colors if you definitely want something more natural, which I totally understand, but I definitely like these. I don't have too many colors like these ones, especially in the warmer tones like that. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. liquid glitter as a topper in the inner corner. It's all in the same color family, which was perfect, but I'm really excited. This looks so beautiful. Like so glowy, glittery, and it still looks quite natural. I can't say it looks super over the top glittery like in person if you see it. It's more of like a metallic tone, which is actually really beautiful. I love it. It's definitely quite wearable, but they do have other shades. I think they may have like 5 or 6 shades in total. They're still quite a newer release. Like I think it's been out maybe not even a month yet, but I really like it. I didn't actually purchase any eyeliners or anything like that, but I'm just gonna be using, I purchased this like a few months back. It's the Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner. I definitely wanna, especially because it's looking a little bit dramatic, I definitely wanna amp it up a little bit and just do a little wing just to kind of finish off the look. These are the two mascaras that I purchased, but I think I'm gonna be trying out my Maybelline Sky High mascara. This was such a hype from the past, I don't know, maybe 3 months now or so since it's launched. It went viral all over TikTok and I'm really excited to finally try this out. This is the one. I know you probably can't tell, but it definitely, like, I'm looking on the angles, it definitely did something for my lashes because my lashes aren't the longest, and they're not even like thick and voluptuous, but this is like a good 2 coatings for that, but I actually really like it. Now we're gonna move on to the complexion. We're gonna finish it off. I purchased 2 bronzing powders. This is actually a contouring powder from Wetn'wild. I used to own this many years ago and I wanted to revisit it and just see how I like it again, but I wanna try out my Milani Silky Matte bronzing powder. I got mine in the shade Sunkissed. They have really great products. They're honestly great quality. I'm always impressed usually with Milani, but I'm very excited to try this out. I think this was like, I don't know if this was the lightest or the second lightest that they had, but I love that it is very neutral. It's not super warm, super cool tone. Oh my gosh, so easy to blend and it's matte. It's all matte, which I personally prefer unless I'm honestly wanting to buy something that has maybe a slight sheen of like a glow, but that's just if I want it more so for like the summer. But I typically like powders that are more of like a matte, especially if I'm purposely using it kind of like a breed between like a contour and bronzing situation. I usually prefer it matte, but I highly recommend this. I got 2 cream product. I think I'm gonna be trying this one because I definitely know this is a much more new release. Someone told me that they've had this forever and I recently discovered it at Walmart as well too, but I've never seen these because they were just always out of stock. They never restocked anything. So I think I'm gonna try this one out first. It's their Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush. I'm gonna go I'm gonna do like the high points of my cheeks first. I'm gonna apply it very gently. That's really pretty. Wait, I'll do it. Okay, that actually applied really easily. And look at that like subtle glow. That applied very easily on top of powder too. So that says a lot. It's not even on like bare skin. I love how this is looking. Oh my gosh. So I purchased a lip liner from the brand Essence. It's the Soft and Precise Lip Pencil. I don't even know what shade this is. It's just like a really soft nudie tone. I'm just gonna line my lips and fill it in. And then I also did pick up 2 lipsticks, but I think I'm gonna stick with my Wet n Wild because this one is actually more of like a neutral. It's their Highshine Brilliance Mega Lash Lipstick in the shade Close Off. It's just like a really nice nude lip. All right, you guys, this is the finished look. Oh my gosh, honestly, I'm very impressed for a full first impressions try on for drugstore, especially like just buying everything right off the bat. I love how my makeup looks. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you have any special requests, please let me know. I'm always open to new recommendations, but please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.